Good night. Next news. I had my fallopian tubes removed to end my marriage. My then husband's reaction shocked me. Huff pause. It was the beginning of a long walk for both of us. A parallel path that spiraled inward, then unfolded. Below are your comments. I was fortunate enough to have a smart and understanding doctor in the USAF who got my decision not to have kids at age 25. That free surgery would have cost me about $1,500 on the outside. I have no idea what it would cost 50 years later, but I am so grateful to that gynecologist for earring me. Been married for almost 40 years, and we spoil the heck out of all the kids in our extended families. Basing your decision to have children or not on who is elected president seems really odd. If she does have children, I hope they have a sane home life. It sounds unlikely at present. With all good intent, as others point out, there is a need for significant long-term mental health therapy. If this author is real about her situation, hope she seeks help. Sounds like a soap opera to me. Very confused by the ending. What does her personal life choices have to do with who is president? Pretty sure the anti-abortion stuff was going full swing during the Biden administration. Regretting the personal decisions you make has nothing to do with which political party is in office. Own your mistakes and decisions. Soy, vinegar, lemon juice, Worcestershire and Montreal seasoning. After I got to 2018, I decided to go straight to comments to see if I had missed anything, and I had. What a wild, emotional story. Having children is a very personal choice, even though it's obviously one frequently made with a partner. I personally believe nobody should choose parenthood unless it's something they deeply want. Even though the author had different feelings years later after her marriage was over, during that marriage she was certain she did not want a child. All of her fears of feeling trapped or losing your freedom and independence are valid. We have one child, a son. Neither my wife nor I wanted kids for the first decade of our relationship. Only when she turned 30 did she start to feel deeply the urge to be a mom. I was at first unwilling. I even suggested we accept our paths were different and that we wanted different things. I loved her, but I felt in my bones that I wasn't up to being a father. My thoughts evolved over the next 2 years, and I began to wonder if choosing to be childless would make me lonely later in life. I didn't want to lose my wife either. So, we decided to become parents. She was 33 when our son was born. I was 44. We love our son, he's wonderful and also moody, sensitive and demanding. Being a parent, even to one child, will change your life forever. Your free time, your ability to be spontaneous, to seek adventure, it's all limited by your responsibility to your child. He's 7 now, and is starting to go camping and take trips with us. But I sometimes wish I could take 6 months and hit the Appalachian Trail myself. Someday I will. I knew at the age of 22 I did not want to bear children. I spoke with my doctor and he hesitated. He gave me something to read and told me to really think about my decision to have my tubes tied for 3 months. If I still felt the same, he told me to come back and he would do the surgery. 3 months later, I still felt the same and had the procedure done. I am now 75 and have never, not once, regretted my decision. Life does not require you to have children if you don't have the desire. I married later in life and my husband too had not had children. We couldn't be happier as we watch our friends and relatives struggle with children and grandchildren. It's a decision not for everyone, but for us, it was the right one. Nor should anyone making that decision made to feel they are wrong. What's right for you may not be right for me. Respect that. She needs help. Lots and lots of help. What a mess of a story. She never should have gotten married in the first place. Good luck in the future. Good grief. Too much drama. The first thing this woman should have done is gone to seek counseling. She sounds like she needs it badly. I guess she's saving her mental health struggles for another article. I imagine it being even longer than this one. Why do people sell their personal garbage for clicks? The fact that she went through all that she did because she didn't have the courage to tell her husband, and she wanted a divorce is actually insane to me. She seems to have a big problem with personal accountability. You don't get to demand everything your way. Married my high school sweetheart. Does that ever work out? I had a high school class of 600, and as far as I know, no high school couple is still together. It seems ludicrous to make a lifelong commitment to someone you meet when you're a child. The number of inconsistencies is ridiculous. This is completely fake. Wow, more AI stories. Based on the numerous inaccuracies, impossible sounding interactions. No doctor in the US is going to discourage you, let alone turn you down multiple times, for something. That is a cash cow procedure that takes 5 minutes. An obgyn can easily make a quick $1,500 off ancillary costs in a 5-minute procedure. It's hard to keep a practice afloat without that nonsense. Incredibly unnatural sounding dialogue, and forced situations. I am going to say this never happened. This reads like a bad fanfiction than an informative article. Would I believe a story about a doctor trying to persuade a person to get a procedure they don't need? Most definitely, it happens all the time, as doctors are incentivized to sell procedures and prescribe medication. Didn't want kids, made a decision to make it impossible to have kids, it's everyone else's fault. Who cares? Why is she boasting about her very private life? Completely distasteful and low. While I appreciate the reasons for her regret at losing her tubes, another part of me just wants to take her by the shoulders and shake her. For every woman who whines about regretting their salpingectomy, they make it harder for other women to have the same surgery, women who will have no regrets. I had my tubes tied at 23 and never, ever regretted it. That was in the 80s. Today, thanks to this woman and others like her, I would most likely be facing doctors who would want to know what my mythical and non-existent husband felt about it, and probably I would also be sent or psychiatric evaluation because I might change my mind. Children are forever. Please, look at getting a salpingectomy the same way. If you're unsure about either, you're a fence sitter. But for whatever it's worth, please don't do one or the other until you're sure of what you want. There is nothing more ugly than a woman complaining about her choice, whether that choice was to have a child or get permanent birth control. More AI from HuffPost. This reads like a confused, selfish article. Free will can cut both ways. Your negative depiction of Catholicism decries the fact that you freely chose to join the church. Not all share your views, and that's okay. Just don't blame the Catholics for hard times in your life. Terrible article about a woman with a serious mental health problem. Drama queen and not a good writer. What is your point? Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.